I know. Just let it go. But I can't. I just can't. It's just too good. Just let it go. We're gonna get a Duggar amazing update and some good Honey Boo Boo news. Okay, on the Honey Boo Boo news, we'll go there first. Jessica Chubb Shannon has become the first in the Thompson family to graduate high school. The former co-star of TLC reality series Here Comes Honey Boo Boo smiled for pictures with the entire Thompson family Saturday during the ceremony. She posed in a yellow cap and gown alongside mother Mama June Shannon and sisters Alana Honey Boo Boo, Lauren Pumpkin, and Anna Chickadee Cardwell. Her unofficial stepdad Mike Sugar Bear was also present. She made it. So proud of Jessica, she's the first one to graduate. Hashtag proud mama, hashtag Wilco High, hashtag 2K15 graduation, hashtag emotional. Mama June's on the hashtag train. And then it goes on to talk about the molestation charges and all of Mama June's former beaux. Well, it certainly has not got better for the Duggars. I mean, if you've been following it this week, it has not got better at all. And there is a crazy Gawker article, which I wanted to share some of these with you. We always know that the Duggars are a very religious family. Oh no, my iPad shut it down. They're like, no, we're not talking about this. I'll come back. It's Gawker, so it's got to be all good. They're a very religious family, and Jim Bob Duggar, he comes off as an okay kind of guy, but we probably know that he's probably pretty extreme. So here's a few. Now this is Josh Duggar, the one who got the molestation charges. What is this? Nobody told me that he was guilty of sexual molestation. I do remember that he was caught for pornography and being sent away for rehabilitation when he was 17 or so. If people look back to when Josh was bald on the show, it was because he was being rehabilitated. The head shaving part was part of the shaming process. I remember thinking that everyone was overreacting. Huh. When Josh returned from his porn rehab, he was brought before the church. After Josh gave his testimony, his sisters came up and hugged him, and I remember seeing huge confused tears streaming down their faces. I remember being confused about why they seemed to take it so personally. Now it makes more sense. Freaking porn rehabilitation at 17. Thank goodness I didn't have to do that. On the kind of the same front, this is how Jim Bob punishes children who masturbate. I know, this is getting pretty racy here, folks. One particular story strikes as terrible is when, that kind of makes sense, is when one of the older Duggar boys was caught playing with himself. He said that one of his brothers had told on him for being in the bathroom for a few hours one night, worried that he was sick. Well, to see if he really was, Jim Bob walked in. He caught him, it's called Knock Dude. He caught him doing it, and on one day the cameras were filming. Jim Bob's screams made the crew run to where they were filming. Immediately they asked him what was wrong. All Jim could reply was, idle hands are the devil's playthings. Apparently the whole next day he was supposed to do chores around the house, but Jim Bob had tied his hands together so that doing anything was nearly impossible. I get it. I mean, yeah, you don't want your kids playing with their ding-a-ling, but wow, that's a little extreme, don't you think? Jim Bob will not order from waitresses. This is according to a former server. This person worked at a fancy Italian chain that the Duggars family liked to frequent and waited on them many times. Sometimes the whole family, sometimes cousin Amy and her mother were along, sometimes just the boys came in. One time it was just the parents, the eldest girl, and the youngest. A time, the baby. They were with another man, and he and Jim Bob were talking about taking another run for office. Michelle was sitting quietly while the older daughter took complete care of the infant as if it was her own. Each time I waited on them, the parents were all, including Josh, very polite and caused no problems. However, Jim Bob never once talked to the waitress. He would give me a dirt nasty look, then tell Michelle what he would like to eat. She would then relay his order, which I had just heard, to me. I checked with other servers, and the females all were treated the same way by Jim Bob. He would give his order to male servers himself. He is also a horrendous tipper, averaging around 5% after asking to have the gratuity removed from his bill. What an asshole. Proof that the Duggar homeschool program is highly effective. Weird little story. Met them at a book signing in Tennessee maybe a year or two ago. Was wearing a t-shirt with a T-Rex on it. The line moved a pretty quick pace, but when I went through, one of the teenagers asked me why I had dragons on my clothes. Close enough. Dragons, T-Rex, same thing. That was from the same family. Yeah, so there you go. So you knew the Duggars might have been, yeah, they're religious and all, but I think they're a little cool. Well,
but don't tell me that I hadn't been polite, because I had.
Or take the kids away. Sorry about that. Yeah, Jim Bob is an a-hole. Pardon me. Yeah. So we're gonna congratulate No, not Pumpkin. Chickadee. She graduated from high school, and the Duggars probably don't have a show anymore, which is a shame. So, tip: don't play with your ding-a-ling in the Duggar household. That's all I'm gonna tell you. All right, until next week. I think this might be finally done, and we can move on to another reality show, which was the whole purpose of these Saturday night chats. But sometimes they just go off the rails when I see this stuff, and I'm like, I gotta tell somebody, and that happens to be you. All right, until next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.
I have no idea what you're talking about, so I can't help you.